What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ, and it's time for part 2 of my N64 collection. Alright, from the top, in the middle of all the games, so if you stacked them, it would be the middle, kind of 2/3 of the way. Part 2, here we go. Star Fox 64. Again, there are so many classics on the Nintendo 64, man. Like, seriously. I look at so many of these games and I just smile. Like, you can't help but not. It's such a great system. There's so many awesome memories with it. And you kids these days will never know what it was like to grow up with this amazing system. It's unfortunate. But Star Fox 64 was unbelievable. I adore this game. Nobody ever wanted to play multiplayer with me, but I love games with dogfighting in it. Nobody ever wanted to play it with me. I think I got my cousins to play a couple of times, but because I just loved it so much, I would play it constantly. So whenever we would play, and they would never play, so whenever we would play, I would just win, within the first few minutes, and it was done. The single-player campaign is just such a blast to just fly through. The fact there's multiple paths you can take, the characters, the aerial battles, like my favorites were the big 3D ones where like it's, you're just flying around and it's not just, one of the straight paths that you're going through. You're flying like Star Wolf and his team and stuff. Those were so much fun. It's just such a great game. And honestly, I haven't played this in a while. The last one I played was the Wii U one. I like that one too. But I don't know how well this one holds up. But I can tell you that when it came out, man, this was incredible, and it was so much fun. This is another one that everybody talked about and everybody wanted, because it was just, like I said, Nintendo 64 had so many must plays, and this was up there for sure. And actually, this is the one that I think, if I remember correctly, this is what introduced the Rumble Pack. First time we felt our controller shake was at least first time I did, was with this. And it was just such a neat little feature. Next up, I was so excited when I got this, and then I got it, and it was like, eh. That is Pokemon Stadium. I have the box for this as well. If you were to have just bought this by itself, and that was it, having never played a Pokemon game before or anything like that, expecting to get into the series just from this, I don't know that it would really grab anybody. There was no like adventure mode or story or really like anything other than just battling. What was cool about it was you got to see Pokemon in 3D for the first time, because all you had before that was just on the Game Boy. But you could import your team from the other games. So I was able to import my team from Blue, which I spent so much time on, and getting to see them in 3D and battle against other Pokemon on there and stuff. And they're just regular. You just go in, you do a battle, then you're done. You start up another one, you're done. That's it. There's no real progress or anything like that. You can battle other people's. They bring theirs over and whatnot, and it's just a way to basically put stuff in 3D that you were doing on the Game Boy without any kind of story or anything behind it. That was the cool aspect. Beyond that, there's really not much here. There were some mini games, if I remember correctly, but they were so like minuscule and not really much to them that I don't even really remember what they were. I just remember that they're there. The main draw was just getting to see your Pokemon that you had only played in 2D and just seen like through menus and stuff in action in full 3D, breathing fire and shooting water guns and all this stuff. Like, it was just really, really neat. But it got old pretty quick, unfortunately. I just noticed? If you have this game, check this out. There is a line on the front cover where you can write, it says this game belongs to, and then a blank white space where you can write your name in. Man, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people write their names on games. Because it's just really annoying, and it's super freaking frustrating to try and get that stuff off. And they're encouraging that on here? Not cool, Nintendo. Not cool. Anyway. Another one is a game that surprisingly took a lot of time. I played the hell out of this. That is the original Mario Tennis. I really, really, really enjoyed this game. It was so simple, but it was so satisfying when you would hit. It just, seeing your favorite Mario characters jump around and whatnot, and just playing tennis. It was just really, really fun. There's really not much else to say about it other than that it's just a really fun game. And if you like Mario, and you don't even have to like tennis, because I'm not a huge tennis fan by any means, but I just really like Mario, and so I played this and I was like, this is like really catchy. This is actually really fun. So it was a really good time. I had the one on the Switch because I like this one, and I did not get the same feeling. I got bored with the one on the Switch pretty quick. I think it's because the controls were a lot more complicated. Just seemed like there was so much more you can do. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I just remember being able to jump right into this and being able to just have at it and easy to learn, hard to master, whereas that one took a little bit to learn as well. So this one I really remember having a lot of fun with, though. That's Mario Tennis. Next one, man, severely underappreciated game. I can't tell you how few people I know that even played this, much less liked it. And that is Donkey Kong 64. I don't get it. I don't understand why this did not get more attention and why it wasn't more beloved by the community, at least in my circles. I love this game. It's amazing. The multiplayer is fine, but it's basically like Mario 64, but you can be different characters from Donkey Kong. They all have their own different powers. You're collecting power-ups and collectibles throughout the game to try and unlock new levels and areas that are big 3D worlds that you can run around in. It's awesome. It's so much fun, and I just do not understand why it didn't get the love that it deserved, in my opinion. I adore this game, and I don't get it. I've met one other person who likes this game as much as I do. And she I don't remember what brought it up, but one of us mentioned Donkey Kong 64, and her eyes lit up, and she was like, "Oh my god, I remember playing that. I love that game so much." And I was like, "Ah!" And so it just blows my mind that not as many people love this game, at least as far as who I knew. So hopefully there's some kind of a re-release or something with this game, because it is. I would love to see them just put it on the Switch, re-release it or something, because I would love to. I never actually finished this because it was pretty long, but I would love to go back and play this and finish it to the end, because this is such a fun game. It's really, really cool. Donkey Kong 64, criminally underappreciated. Next, classic, man, Super Mario 64. This is the game that made me not want to get a Nintendo 64 in the beginning. I've told that story in Pixel Perspective and Frozen North, and I think I've told it on here as well. But basically, long story short, first time I played the N64 was inside of a Best Buy. I grabbed the controller and I held it by the D-pad instead of the thumbstick, and I was trying to control him, and as you know, that controls the camera, so Mario wouldn't move. All I could do was get him to jump, and I was like, this sucks. I'm never getting a Nintendo 64. It's a stupid system, and I don't ever want to play it ever again, because it's dumb. And then a few months later, my cousin got one, and he showed me, hey, do this instead. And I was like, oh my god! And this is might be my favorite Mario game. So I adore Super Mario 64. It is still a blast to play to this day. Getting to just run around, explore Peach's castle, jumping into paintings and exploring all these different worlds, collecting as many stars as you can. It's just one of those early play your way kind of games. Just a big playground of just fun stuff to do, and just an absolute blast. And I love this game so much. Super Mario 64, man, it was good. It is good still. Next up is a game that broke my heart, and that is Paper Mario. Not that it's a bad game. It's fine. I have finished it. I thought it was okay. But it was kind of a a way of being known that Super Mario RPG was done and that we were going this direction now. And it was just really, really sad for me because I love Super Mario RPG so much. Paper Mario is still good in its own right. It is just, for me, it was a shallower version of, Super Mario RPG. Having just 2 party members that you can control, I'm not crazy about like how closed off everything feels. It's kind of hard to explain. I just remember feeling trapped a lot while I was playing the game, like not really knowing where to go specifically, other than just left and right, and sometimes back and forwards. It's not. I have played I played this one and Thousand Year Door, and both of them I got the same feeling where it's just like, this really is not for me. Oh, and I played the new one on the Switch as well, and I really didn't like that one very much. I'm just not crazy about the series. I would love to see Mario RPG come back at some point, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, if ever. So, this is what we got, guys. So that's a thumbnail right there. Next one is a game that it took me a long time to even get for the system. I mentioned this before. I've never been able to really secure Mario Kart games because they've always been full price. Mario Kart 64 is no exception. I played it a million times at a friend's house, but the guy who used to beat me in NWO WCW Revenge, or the other way around, he had this game though, and Mario Kart 64 was a blast. This is one of my favorites in the series, hands down. They're all good, to be honest, but this was like introducing the 4-player aspect and stuff was just so awesome. And being able to play 4-player Mario Kart, being able to play 4-player on any of these games was awesome. But Mario Kart was just such a blast, especially like battle mode and stuff. The levels were huge and characters were great, and the controls were wonderful, and it's just a great game all around. I adore Mario Kart 64, and I still to this day think it's amazing. Like I said, a lot of games in the N64 that were like must-haves at the time. Next up, the one that started it all, man, Super Smash Brothers. I still remember seeing the original commercial with just the Nintendo characters on TV beating the crap out of each other. And then you're like, oh, that's interesting. What is that? And you play the game, it's exactly what it is. Smash Brothers still to this day is hugely popular, and the Ultimate on Switch is insane with how many characters they have. If you were to tell me back then that newer versions would include like Cloud and Sephiroth and characters from Castlevania and Snake, and like, I mean, I would have just been like, what? That's crazy. Because this is just mind-blowing as to what this turned into. And this is what started it all. And this was so much fun back in the day as well. So, I love Smash Brothers. And finally, for this video, my favorite in the series, that is Mario Party 2. I have the box for this one as well. This is the first one that I played. I don't know that I played the original Mario Party. I'm not sure that I played the first one. This one, though, I played and I love the hell out of. This is easily like one of my favorites in the series, hands down. It's so much fun and so good. I haven't played in a long time, so who knows, if I played it now, I might be like, oh, this is actually not, maybe it doesn't hold up well. But back in the day, I remember loving this game so much. Bumper Balls especially was my favorite on there. Just so simple and goofy, but it's such a great game. So yeah, Mario Party 2, fantastic game. Alright, that is part 2. Next week we'll be back. We'll finish it up in part 3. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You know the drill. You've been here before. And as always, keep on gaming.